It is a good day today, guys. It is a good day.
Hey guys, CDTVProductions here, and today, to celebrate the release of Tech N9ne's newest album, Planet, I have decided to make a part 2 to my fastest verses video on him. There are a lot of songs that I admittedly missed in the first part, and you'll notice that this list overall is much faster than the first one. So with that being said, guys, this is CDTVProductions. You can click the link in the description below to check out my merch if you want to, buy something that you get and support the channel. You can also follow me on Instagram under the name @CDTVProductions. And with that being said, guys, let's look at 10 more of the fastest Tech N9ne verses of all time. Starting off, we have 2 honorable mentions, and our first one is That Owl, verse 3, where he hits 8.3 syllables per second.
Then you better get a medic. Give me the benefit, never give you the idiot when I rip it. I really know what to do. Vivid in my living, loving, knowing about I spit enough of the rugged, I'm with the flip of a boom. Back to back, it's not in a crack, but back when you master that. Out of the blue, give me the money universally, and I bet that you're gonna wanna be one of my honeys when I get.
This song from Tech's 2006 album Ever Ready missed a spot on the list very narrowly, but it sounds so good that I had to include it somehow. So it is our first honorable mention. And our second honorable mention, at number 11, we have It's Alive, verse 1, where he hits 8.3 syllables per second again.
Nobody ever wanted me rapping, but I knew within me I can make it happen. Flipping hella different to get it cracking, never biting nothing. I was never jacking millimeters, spitting, ripping up a show, and got the people tripping everywhere we go. And now we're getting you to know the misery is coming. We were some another.
And for our second honorable mention, we have something from one of Tech's earliest albums, Angelic. There's something so intriguing about the horrorcore focus of this album, and you can expect to see a couple more songs from it later on in this list. And now, kicking off the top 10, at our number 10 spot, we have Breathe, verse 1, where he hits 8.4 syllables per second.
Never duck another motherfucker, repeat it. Never duck another motherfucker, nigga better delete it. Put the cerebellum in killer mode for real folk. Can never give it what a gorilla know. Kill a syllable, filling your biblical ritual. This shit to get rid of your pain. Hearing your pitiful game. This is
we are already kicking this list off as way faster than the first one, where the number 5 spot was 8.2 syllables per second. This song just blasts off right from the beginning, with the first few bars being incredibly fast. I mean, even the bridge on this song has some rapid fire rhymes. And at our 9th spot, we have Make Waves, verse 1, where he hits 8.5 syllables per second.
Alien on the planet that can do it like I do it. You put a mountain in front of me, I go through it, I'll pursue it. Danger, never stopping the mangling. Nina tougher than Wranglers, give me lip on my banger. Never benevolent, you wasn't ever the relevant. You thinking you about to beat this, you were out of your element.
I still remember this as being the track that really made me want to check out Ritz. He has an incredible verse on here. Obviously, the same goes for Tech N9ne, as he rips his way through a rock-driven beat that really provides this up-tempo feeling. Interestingly, even though this sounds quite specific, this isn't the only collaboration between Tech, Chris Calico, and Ritz that's on this list. And at our number 8 spot, we have This Is Hip Hop, verse 1, where he hits 8.5 syllables per second.
What is the don't slam, the aim with the program, the business give a damn, you go ham, you're giving them most stamina, what is having a manager, book many shows to go jam, what is at the bottom, did it really got him, what is in the column without another who stop him, drop him, pop a chop him, winter, summer, spring, and autumn, what is double to the top.
This song is pretty much just Tech lamenting his love for hip-hop, talking about how much variety is found in it, with it incorporating influences from many other genres. What follows is some very nicely structured verses, with Tech N9ne starting most lines with the phrase, "What is?" And of course, the answer to all his questions is, "This is hip-hop." On top of that, we get a very nice verse from Brother Lynch Hung to complete the track. And at number 7, we have Midwest Choppers, verse 2, where he hits 8.5 syllables per second yet again.
Finna witness the murderous monologue of a menace coming from out of a sinister formidable place. I can let you know the ins and the outs, and I can spit it wicked twisted, and you can see by the look on my face. Give me the mic and I'ma mangle it, tangle it. Definitely the people see that I got the hang of it. Pity you gotta.
Here we have the very first song from Tech N9ne's Chopper series, and the inclusion of this means that we have every single Chopper song by Tech included on these 2 fastest verses lists. It's almost as if those songs are dedicated to fast rapping. What a coincidence. This is definitely one of my favourite favorites in the series. There's something about that piano loop on the beat that just sounds so great, and Tech kills it with ease. And now we have Angel of Death verse 2 at number 6, where he hits 8.8 syllables per second.
Sit in my cinema, get the sipping with a spliff. I got a solo, be sinister with the sick. A lot of shit about to give you the killer drama like lying in the Palmer. Who be the angel that got me flying in my mama? Devil don't wanna see me tight at the string of the piano. My levels equivalent to flight of a wing and see animals over the air.
This is a collab between Tech N9ne and Mac Lethal. This makes it not very surprising that it contains some nimble flows. What surprised me though was how emotional this track sounded, with this very tranquil beat behind it. Both rappers on this song can relate, with them having both lost their mothers, and this leads to some pretty sincere bars from Mac and Tech. This collab was definitely worth the long wait, as it showcased the best traits that both rappers on it have to offer. And at our 5th spot we have Pillow Talking verse 3, where he hits 8.8 syllables per second again.
Stop with the sentimental talks at night. If you're pillow talking, then you ought to quit. When the heat come with the quickness, looking for the witness, man, your broad is it. Why you wanna spit it? I don't really get it. Giving your woman the power to speak in a minute. Speaking about a brother, wanna cover your mother with the Nina, but you the only one who really did it. When it come back.
Here we have an incredibly catchy song from Tech N9ne's 7th album, Killer, with an interesting feature from Scarface. This track honestly starts off pretty slow. There's not really any signs of fast flows on the first verse by Tech, but then we get to the 3rd verse, and that is really where he picks up steam. And once he picks it up, he rarely slows down and keeps that momentum and velocity going all the way until the final hook that carries the song out. I've still yet to check out the full Killer album. I've always found the cover art, which pays tribute to Michael Jackson, oddly comical in a way, but this song does make me want to go and listen to it. And at number 4 we have Talk verse 2, where he hits 9.1 syllables per second.
Like Ebola disease, I'm on a mission to get fit. Shopping up another river to get slit. Anybody wanna become a gunner? You coming to give me drumming? I ate if I act on a big bitch. Try to rap me, I'd have it. Why attack it? Cause you never knew a demon inside a blacket, and never knew you fucking with a flying racket. Deep in America.
I'm not gonna lie, occasionally hearing Tech N9ne rap over a song with a bit more trap influence is a nice thing to hear. On this song, he bursts out with some blistering flows from the word go. It starts off pretty fast, but it only builds up throughout the song, getting more and more rapid and intense until we reach the fastest point in the song, which is what you just heard. This was quite a recent collaboration, so if this is any indication of what will be found on Tech's Planet album, then I am definitely hyped for that. And now into the top 3, and at our number 3 spot we have This Ring verse 1, where he hits 9.1 syllables per second.
Everybody wanna be down with a nigga, women get a whip of the money, thinking of taking it from me. They get up in the club, giving the love, throwing the pussy full of liquor and bud. Booty hopping around, up in the mode, get to looking around every hole when I lick a nigga low. Infatuated with niggas with dough, get them in a second, try to make them let it.
Another dark and eerie sounding song from Angelic with a very interesting subject matter. Tech reveals at the start of the song that this is about the struggles of balancing family and fame, a struggle that I'm sure every rap artist who obtains some popularity experiences. One thing that amazes me about this song is how Tech fits in about 20 rhymes every 4 bars and still manages to make sense and tell a story. That is impressive songwriting right there. Not to mention that we just heard him combine impressive rhyming, storytelling, and fast rapping over that 10 seconds that I just played for you, making it even more commendable. This is definitely a classic Tech N9ne song. And at our 2nd spot on this list, we have Slow to Me verse 1, where he hits 9.2 syllables per second.
Not too many wanna be the spitter with the syllables, a nigga that be critical to pinnacle, and giving that original a killer with the trigger flow. I really wanna get the dough, you're living low. Play the bongo. If you don't wanna speed it up, I'm gonna eat it up. Everybody see I'm formidable. I'm coming to heat it up, I gotta beat it up when I...
Did I expect this song to be on the list? Yeah, I thought it probably would. Did I expect it to rank this high? Hell no. Unlike some other songs on this list, it was super easy to count the fastest part of this verse, as Tech literally narrates what he's doing with his flow in the background of the song. It's a really cool concept. Right before the fast part, he says, hit the double time in an ad-lib, and double time it he does. Strangulation Volume 2 definitely wasn't one of my favourite Tech N9ne albums, but this track was one of the few that I'd pick out out as being my favourite. We also get some great verses from Chris Calico and Ritz again on here, as they brag about their flow whilst taking shots at how others flow. And at our number 1 spot and the fastest Tech N9ne verse on this list, we have Killin It by Dynasty Records featuring Tech N9ne verse 2, where he hits 9.4 syllables per second.
Niggas like licorice, quick to hit a bitch, did it for the frig of a nigga, just sick of it, get rid of it, commit the bit of shit, and it'll get wicked, I lick a chicken, eat your ligaments. Fully automatic, I stick a nigga radical, never collateral, I keep a knot, cause I'm a grammatical, hella compatible with a busy when I'm pushing up in the...
And here we have the fastest verse on this list, which is actually tied at the top spot for Tech's fastest verse of all time, with Midwest Choppers 2. And surprisingly, this verse isn't found on one of Tech's more well-known songs. Instead, it's on this pretty cool collab between Dynasty Records and Tech. To be fair, Tech does say right before his verse that he wants to go as hard as he can on this song, and he did not disappoint. One thing that will always impress me about Tech N9ne is his clarity, because even though this is the fastest verse on this list, I do not struggle at all to pick up what he's saying. 9.4 syllables per second is pretty fast, and yet I could hear every single word the first time I listened to it. That is why I hugely respect Tech, because even though he is not the fastest rapper around, he is one of the best to do the chopper style. Well guys, that's going to be it for the video today. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know in the comments below what your personal favourite song from this list was. I'd have to say for me, I'm personally a big fan of Midwest Choppers. Let me know in the comments as well if you think there are any verses that I might have missed. I did scan, you know, pretty hard through his albums to try and find some very fast verses, and there's also some songs that you might have expected to be on here that just weren't fast enough to make the cut. So do ask me in the comments below where certain songs are if you think they should be on here. Also remember to make sure you check out part 1 obviously, because I always get a lot of comments asking where certain songs are when they're already on the first part of the video. But thank you so much for watching guys. I will hopefully see you all in the next one. Hopefully Planet is a very good album, and this is CDTVProductions signing out.